What's going on, everyone? I am Bobo Mac, and today on Crisis in the Toyverse, I look at the NECA Aliens Series 12 Pvt Jenette Vasquez in her BDUs. Now, if you've been paying attention to any of the previous reviews, for some weird reason, I've been calling her Ramirez, and I really don't know why. I don't even know where I got that name from. But it is Velasquez. I do want to point that out, so leave your comments in the section below, I guess. As far as the figure goes, in terms of sculpting and painting and all that sort of thing, she looks great. I especially like the BDUs. They look very nice. They're sculpted great. Great paint detail on them. I'm always amazed by companies that do like military outfits and stuff, especially like camouflage outfits, because it just seems like a pain in the butt. But NECA has nailed it. It looks great. I got no sloppiness on mine. There goes her gun. That's okay. The bandana's done great, and even the head sculpt looks pretty good in my opinion. Boots look great. She does have peg holes on the bottom, and overall it's just generally nice holding this figure in my hand. Now, I know there was another version released where she's more tactical. I don't have that version. I only have this version, so with what I'm presenting to you guys, I definitely enjoy, so that's always a plus, right? So, articulation. I'm going to try something a little different here. The head works fine. It's on that ball peg system, up and down, left and right. It can spin all the way around. Something to note here in the arms, they don't go up as high as I would like. Actually, now that I've forced it a little more, they go up a little further than they did. It's just something to note. She does have a swivel and a hinge at the elbow. And she does have a ball peg here on the hand, so get full range of motion out of that. The diaphragm joint, it is single pegged, and it allows it to go down and back and side to side and spin all the way around. And the legs, she can do the splits, but it's kind of a bummer here at the knee because I would like a little more, but I understand why it's not there. So I guess that's a personal preference, but for me, I would like a little more knee action here to get her in running in poses and stuff, because it just looks awkward when you try to pose her in a running pose. It just doesn't work as well. You do also have the thigh cut up here at the ball peg. And in terms of her feet, they go up and down and they rock side to side. And like I said, oh, yeah, I think I pointed that out. Peg holes at the bottom. So, all in all, decent amount of articulation for a decent figure, to say the least. Let's go ahead and talk about the accessories and go from there. The first accessory I wanted to talk about is her gun. Now, it's the same as Ripley's gun, except this one does not have a strap on it. And painted and sculpted very nicely. She can hold it in the trigger hand, just like that, no problems. Pow pow, bang bang, all that fun stuff. She does have a gun right here, fits right in the holster, sculpted and painted very nicely for it being so small. She can hold it also in the trigger hand. I wish she could hold it in this hand, but it's not a deal breaker. Well, I guess for me it is. I'll be honest with you guys. It is for me. Also, she's got a knife right here. The sheath is a movable piece. You can adjust it up and down however you like. And the knife does come out. And she can sort of hold it in this hand, but not really. And she definitely can't hold it in the other. So that's a big disappointment. But the knife is painted and sculpted well enough. And it does plug back in. So her accessories are great. But the problem I have with the figure is that she really can't hold them in this open hand here. That's kind of bothersome. I would like it that she could hold it in one hand, like the big gun, and then have the knife in the other. Or have the other gun in the other hand. So, a little bummed out about that, but it's not a deal breaker. So, let's do the size comparison and wrap this stuff up. Alright, here's the size comparison. On one side, we have the James Cameron concept art Xenomorph, and on the other side, we have the Series 12 Ripley, and in the middle we have Vasquez herself. Definitely the shortest member of this group right here. Ripley just towering over Vasquez. And obviously the alien doubling that. So here's my final thoughts about this line. Now, I've had some YouTubers comment to me and say, like, a lot of these are just reused parts and a lot of these are blah, blah, blah. I honestly didn't know before reviewing this. Since then, I've gone in and seen where I can understand those gripes and complaints 100%. So I don't know if this line is for everyone. For me, I didn't pick up any of these other figures beforehand, so it was an easy buy for me. But for those who have already gotten these figures already, like, I understand the complaints. I get it. I totally do. But if you're like me and you haven't picked up any of the others before, I would say go out and buy this line. And definitely buy her, because she was, I believe, in Series 9, if I'm not mistaken. And she's not around, and she was in different gear. So, hunt her down if you can get her. That's the bottom line here. Let me do some shout outs here real quick, and we'll go from there. So, Extreme Dash sets. I plug them all the time. I talk about them like crazy. The diorama, or I should say backdrop. You know what? I'll call it a diorama. Whatever. These guys are phenomenal. They put out a great product. I don't say it lightly. I say it because I enjoy doing toy photography, and I don't have a ton of money to have homemade dioramas built. And these provide that simple solution. So go check out those guys. Also, head over to undercovercapes.com for everything you need in terms of podcast geekiness. Marvel, DC, indie, video games, TV and movie reviews. These guys got you covered, and it's a place I call home. Also, head over to Instagram. Throw a huge follow at Toy Lover Crew on Instagram and use the hashtag Toy Lover Crew to feature your toy art, to see the toy art, to talk to all of us over there in that group. And we'd love to have you. I genuinely mean that. So that's going to wrap it up for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned at the end for the slideshow. And until next time, everyone, great googly moogly.